Stupider Than Jupiter podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to your grandma's favorite podcast, Stupider Than Jupiter. I am that nigga, LB Lonnie, a.k.a. Big Lon, a.k.a. the nigga who only got 2 hours of sleep because he forgot he was doing a podcast today. I got my special guest in the building. He ain't really special, but he's special to me. Christopher Gaines, a.k.a. Big Chris, a.k.a. that nigga from Florida, a.k.a. he smoked too much weed, but it's alright though because he can function just like a normal human being. What up, Chris?
What's good, man? Appreciate you having me on the podcast. You know how it goes over here, bro. Now, I don't smoke too much weed. I just smoke enough to get through. Now, I ain't smoking a pound a day or nothing like that, but if I could, I would.
You would. Nah, you sure would. I don't even know, like, you probably get pulled the fuck over quick. ASAP quick.
Actually, I'm a damn good driver when I'm high, so I put all that shit away. I spray the car so there's no issue. You know blunt power. That's what it's made for.
Facts.
Shout out to y'all.
Facts.
And then you go ahead. Excuse me. Smoke too much weed. You go ahead and you put the weed in the dough right quick.
I'm an amazing weed smoker.
Look, I vape, so blame the vape. We not gonna blame shit on the cannabis.
Sound like an 80-year-old deep throat.
Whoa. Pause.
Bro, I'm going in right now. I need to do newborn podcasts on 2 hours of sleep. Nigga, I went on a run. I ain't slipped up shit. I'm just going in.
Said 2 hours.
But nah, what's up, y'all? Y'all probably wondering why the fuck Rome and Mello ain't here. And for the simple fact of the matter is, them niggas got work. And this nigga's not. This is real shit. It's really what it is. It's like, them niggas at work, this nigga not. We wanted to talk about Mortal Kombat. I'm 100% sure them niggas ain't seen Mortal Kombat. So we just gonna rock out today and just talk about that shit. Because I kind of want to talk about it. So that's what we gonna do.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start the interview right quick. So before we start the debate, what was your expectation?
It ain't gonna be a debate because I really feel like
we on the same page.
We on the same page. I just think you just more angry than me.
What was your expectation going in?
That's hard to say. I really ain't had no like concrete expectations. I just knew this shit can't be no worse than the 95. Was it 95 when the hell came out? The first one?
The 90s. Whatever.
Yeah, the 90s.
You know
the 90
the
one.
OG.
I was like, alright, if anything, this shit gotta be just as good as the one in 95. Ain't no way, well, I'm just going with 95 just because I need a specific number. Ain't no way it's worse than that one. It's gotta be at least on par. Like, there's no possible way that y'all can make this movie and have it not be at least equally on the same footing. And it was probably a little bit better to me.
So my expectation straight up when I saw the trailer, when you show me a fight scene between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and you show me this nigga Sub-Zero going up, stabbing a nigga with his own blood, fam, you done set the tone stupid high for me. That's crazy. That's insane. Like, that's some shit that I would imagine happening in a real life type situation. I was like, bet. Okay, cool. Then I saw Jackson shit. I knew he was fucked, but hey, whatever.
Bro, you know what's something funny as fuck?
The whole shit is trash.
That's the nigga from the Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Ashtray, bitch. Bro, I did not know that was that nigga until halfway through the movie, and I was like, why does nigga look familiar? And I was like, bruh, that's the Ashtray bitch nigga.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was him.
He was in Black Lightning and shit, bro. Like, no. He was in Supergirl. He was in Supergirl. Look, I'm a nerd. I'm wearing the Avengers shit. I got the weed and shit. So if I smoke weed and read comic books, imagine how I'm about to feel about this motherfucking movie right here, okay?
Yeah, no, I literally did not recognize that nigga until like halfway through. I think like right after he got he took like steroids for he took metal steroids for his arms. Nigga, when he did this shit, I was like, what? No, Ashtray bitch nigga.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I was like, yo, shout out to that nigga though for getting the checks though.
Yeah, he really out here working.
He really is out here working. Like they took that damn role and ran with it. Cause I was like, bro, I hope he do better than this. I hope everybody do better than this.
I'm sorry,
because I was like,
that shit was trash,
nigga.
That the entire Jack shit was just straight booty, bro. Like everything about Jack was straight booty. Yeah,
that's one of the. I say this though, and I really wasn't expecting a lot, but it always fascinates me because I'm like, we in the film industry, right? Like we work in this shit, so I know how the game go. I know, especially me being a script writer and literally being on set. giving it like nigga paying me to write a script, inviting me on set, and then I'm watching this nigga shoot shit that I wrote, and entirely different than how I envisioned it in my head when I wrote it. To the point where I'm like, I don't know if this shit's gonna work or not. Because the way you shooting it is not how I had it in my brain when I wrote it. So I'm 100% aware. And then he took out chunks of it. And I was like, it's chunks missing in this shit. But again, he paid for it. It ain't my shit. You know, what it is. I was
that's
like,
the hardest thing ever.
Directors got final say when it comes to shit like that, especially on set. So I understand, like, whoever wrote it, whatever he wrote, I know the 100% of it ain't what he fucking got put on screen.
Yeah, I don't blame the writer for it at all.
So I'm like, so when I see like the way it's like written and the way the story is going, I do find it interesting just to see. I want to see the original script, and I want to see how much interference. I really want to see behind the scenes, just more information on the movie, period. Because I'm like, it's just certain things that just didn't make any sense to me. First of all, we got this nigga Cole. Oh, spoilers, by the way, because I don't care. So
if you care to see this,
if you care, like if you want to, like you watching this shit, want just like a review of, like an in-depth review and like of not spoiling the shit, I'm finna spoil the shit. I didn't see the ending. If that makes y'all feel any better, because I just didn't care to finish the movie.
So take our review with a grain of salt, because I didn't see that shit either. I got there and I know I could probably guess what happened. Yeah,
because I think I've read like I've seen like YouTube videos of them talking about the ending and like what happens at the end. So I kind of know what happens. I just didn't watch it myself. So you know, based on what they said, I was like, bro, that's okay.
There's so much information they have to explain. Like, first of all, why the fuck did Scorpion catch fire? Why the fuck did Hanzo Hisashi, first scene of the movie, great motherfucking scene, okay? I'll leave that shit alone. But why did Hanzo Hisashi turn into a flame?
Why did he turn into a flame? Well, I know why he did it in the games.
In the OG style,
but see, this is the thing though, and that's another.
Where's Quan Chi?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Ooh, I got a text on Tinder.
We trying to work. You trying to work. You trying to get booty. They trying to get pipe. He not trying to get booty because he didn't respond.
I'm not.
So but he did.
I'm out here looking for love. Hashtag looking for love.
Hashtag LOL. Fuck.
I'm looking for love. Nah, but like.
Why the fuck did you get a cat?
Nigga, it was a gift, nigga. It was gifted to me. It was gonna be homeless if I ain't fucking take it. So
that's tough.
Fuck it.
That's tough.
I didn't care. I was leaving no way. So I was just like, shit, fuck it. I'm like, what the landlord do? Gonna kick me out? I'm already leaving.
Anyway, bro.
Exactly. So this is my thing. I was like, okay, so clearly this Cole nigga is here specifically to be the nigga to explain the movie to. For the motherfuckers who don't know what the fuck Mortal Kombat is.
Yeah.
But my thing is this. Mortal Kombat has been out since the fucking 90s. And I know there's a group of people, and it's waxed and waned in popularity, but everybody's pretty much aware of what Mortal Kombat is. The main gist of Mortal Kombat is a fucking tournament between these people and these people.
Period.
From, if you want to take it really to the base, that's what it is.
First of all.
So why in the fuck do you have a movie about a tournament with no tournament in it?
Bro, they didn't even get to the tournament.
And not only that, okay, you got this nigga Cole in here to be the nigga, like, to explain the shit. But one, it ain't that much to explain. And then two, the more complex, like, interwoven character shit, you cut out the movie.
Yeah. Because
the only thing that's kind of, sort of, from the games, as far as characters go, is the shit between Scorpion and Bihan, which is the first Scorpion. That's some lore for your ass.
The first
Sub-Zero. But even that is like half of it, because that's not even the nigga who actually killed his family. That was Quan Chi, which I thought, which was what when the nigga caught fire, I was like, oh shit, they gonna show Quan Chi somewhere in this shit.
So for me, bro, in that scene, cause like that, we gonna go scene by scene, cause that way we can let these motherfuckers know how bad this shit really is. Okay.
Go ahead.
So the whole scene, that whole Bihan versus motherfucking Hisashi, bro, that shit was great. That was a great fight. They did a great thing. All this Asian hate out here, and you got Asians fighting because they speak different languages.
Yeah, that shit. I didn't know that. I didn't know, bro. That's again. This just shows you how much information I have on Mortal Kombat. I didn't know. One, I didn't know Chinese had their own ninjas, and two, I didn't, bro. I didn't know Chinese. Yo, Chinese. If you Chinese, hey, if you know Chinese history, please Google me. Google comment in this bitch if China had their own ninjas, because I could have swore ninjas came from Japan. On God, I was like, every show with ninjas in it, they from Japan. Samurais are from Japan. China is like kung fu, taekwondo and shit. Well, not even taekwondo, that's Korean. Yeah. But like martial arts, like when it comes to like martial arts and fighting and like monks and shit, I thought that shit was Chinese. I didn't know they had Chinese ninjas. Now I'm not saying Japan had the fucking what do they call it?
They have a
monopoly on ninjas, but like every time I hear about ninjas or see ninjas in a video game or any property, they from Japan.
And they
so
speak
when this nigga was speaking Chinese, I'm like, what the fuck?
So
and another thing was like, well, how are these niggas mortal enemy? Because the whole point of ain't the whole lore of Sub-Zero and Scorpion is the fact that they was from the same clan and the clan got split, and then they became enemies and down the line.
Yeah, I mean, no, they were just different clans. Like, it's just like the Cherokee and the Sioux. They just different clans.
No, I thought it was the same clan at first, and then one of the clans got into it as far as what they wanted to do, and then one of the clans split off, and then that clan over time became its own clan, but they originated from the same. They originated from the same clan. I'm pretty sure. Y'all can correct me. Like I said,
it don't fucking matter because they don't explain this shit in the show.
Bruh, they don't. So when this nigga started speaking Chinese, I was like, what the fuck?
I might understand your language.
Yeah, and I'm like, how? Okay, first of all, how y'all niggas hate each other and y'all don't even understand each other?
How you got beef with somebody you can't even talk to?
Exactly. And then make it even worse, this nigga Bihan switches from Japanese to fucking Chinese. One, I couldn't even tell the difference. That's just me being ignorant. But like, this nigga clearly knows how to speak Japanese because he speaks Japanese asking where Hanzo is because he's looking for him. But when Hanzo shows up, this nigga says his entire shit in Chinese. On some petty shit. I was like, nigga, that's the pettiest shit ever. You gonna clearly speak in your language that you know this nigga don't understand after you done murder his family to talk shit, but you know he don't understand you.
He doing that shit on purpose.
Like really on purpose. I was like, that's funny.
But as soon as he was defeated and he was on the ground, before he became the Flame, I would have loved if you guys are fucking paying attention, not y'all, but the niggas who made the movie. If y'all are watching this because you ain't got nothing else to do, you watching this. Had they had Quan Chi appear and walk up to him and start talking to him and then just cut away. We don't need to have the conversation. We just need that moment to be like, okay. And then his body becomes a flame. I'm gonna leave this shit alone. But now you got flashbacks and shit. This random nigga Cole, bruh, I hate that character, bruh. Like, this nigga got a fucking shirt. How can I tell it's a shirt? Because every time you get in a fight, bruh, you can see the goddamn shadow beneath this goddamn shirt. What are we doing? What is this? This nigga's, my power has activated. I got a yellow shirt. Bruh, what? And then all of a sudden, Scorpion's freed? Now, what the fuck is going on? And how, bruh? How? And then how the fuck is Bihan alive 700 years? We got 3 generations. Nigga, how are you still 22 years old?
Alright, well, one.
Where's the lore?
Okay, well, the thing about...
I'm sorry.
This is... Okay. Yeah, that kind of bugged me as well. But it didn't bug me as much as apparently it bugged you. It didn't bug me insofar as, like, how the fuck is this nigga alive? I just let that shit roll because I'm like... I can't... Because I could... Again, I don't know the lore. So I couldn't remember how that nigga was alive in the first place.
Quan Chi playing both sides?
No, I'm saying how Sub-Zero was alive.
In the movie?
No, in the games.
Quan Chi playing both sides?
So he just kept him alive?
Well, he was alive.
I know Quan Chi is a necromancer and shit. So he was just like, Sub-Zero, I'm just make you immortal until I feel like...
Unless he somehow got to the fucking nether realm for no reason whatsoever.
Okay. So I didn't know how he stayed alive in the game, so I was like, I didn't really question it.
It's always he always comes back. Scorpion always comes back to try and kill the
I know how Scorpion comes back. I don't know how Sub-Zero stays alive. That's my thing. Like you said,
he's killed like
this like 700 700 years later.
Yeah.
And if Sub-Zero won the fight back in the Japan time, how the fuck is this nigga alive in modern
2021?
time? Like, completely the same, except for this nigga's on ice. So, yeah, Quan Chi, I don't
How the fuck are you
like,
a descendant of Scorpion and get your ass up in the UFC?
And this is another thing. Why is this nigga a descendant of Scorpion? Like, what does that do to the story? Absolutely nothing.
Now, this might sound slightly racist. So this white boy is a descendant.
Was he white?
Shit, the nigga's eyes wasn't slanted. He could look at a baseball straight on and not have a problem.
I gotta look that nigga up. I'm pretty sure he wasn't white.
Bro, he gotta be half.
He might be half.
His eyes are way too open to be anything close to what he was supposed to be.
I'm finna
That's cool. I'm gonna just keep
go
talking.
to the research department right quick.
Yeah, go ahead and hit that Google department right quick. I just find it funny that we're supposed to be following the lore and the battle of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but we're fighting this. We're following this Liu Kang knockoff. Fucking the introduction of what is that boy name?
Yeah, he's Chinese.
He's Chinese.
Yeah, this nigga's name. You wanna know what his name is?
Yeah.
Zhao Xing.
Give me that shit, bro.
Nah, that's not his name. He played.
You a bitch, bro. I'm sitting here like, there's no fucking way, bro. There's no fucking way.
But nah, he's Chinese though. He was in Iron Fist. I didn't know he was in Iron Fist.
He's a Chinese British actor. He's half, bro.
Nigga, that's not half.
He's Chinese British.
No, he's Chinese. He's just from Britain.
All right,
That's
hold
what
on.
that means, nigga.
I'm gonna find his parents.
His
His nationality is British.
Nigga, that's where he's born.
His daddy is Chinese.
Like Idris Elba is British. He's an African British actor. You do race first, then you do your nationality second. That's how that shit works. That's why it's African American. Race first, nationality second.
I think he got two daddies.
Okay.
Because his parents.
So who is his mama?
It says his parents, Philip Tan. He doesn't have a mom.
So both of his dads is named Philip?
Right, there is no dad.
Philip and Philip?
He got a sibling.
Philip and Philip. He from Manchester. He from the hood. Oh, he's in the end of the Badlands. I gotta watch that shit.
It's actually really good.
I heard that shit was good as
You
well.
didn't recognize him from it because he was getting his ass whipped this entire time. But
I didn't see, bro. Yeah, I didn't see.
Costume department, you did good for one part. Okay, that's all I'm giving you. The rest of this was trash.
Oh, you got a mom. His mama's name is Joanne. Joanne? It's like 3 N's in this. Either way. So I didn't.
Is she Chinese?
I just didn't just say she's an actor. Actor and model. Anyway, the nigga's Chinese. Alright, fuck it, yeah. I don't know why you so like.
Because bro, unless you explain this to how, like, okay, the reason it's important.
But that makes it even more fucked up. Because this nigga's Chinese playing a Japanese descendant.
Alright, so you see him a point. Your eyes you can't be Japanese and then walk around here Chinese, bro. It don't work like that. We can tell. They can tell. We can't tell. They can tell.
Yeah, but I know how Hollywood work. They like, these niggas is dumb. They can't tell. And honestly,
that's Americans. But as soon as you send this shit to China, they're gonna be like,
oh no, nigga, this is not. You think this gonna do well in China?
No. Fuck no.
Like nigga,
Endgame does great in China because they just do white people.
They don't. I say, nigga, they don't even fuck with Star Wars. So I'm pretty sure they like. They probably be like.
What is this?
They gonna probably be like, does this nigga just go from Chinese to Japanese?
And then don't let the guys that coach me, y'all fucked up.
Then they gonna be like, is he speaking Mandarin or is he speaking regular Chinese? Like it's too many deep cuts. It's like,
nah, bro, he's speaking Vietnamese. It's
like nigga, if they do a show about Atlanta and then I'm like, bro, like the first season of Atlanta, when I'm watching the show, I'm like, he ain't from Atlanta, he ain't from Atlanta, he ain't from Atlanta. I'm literally picking out the niggas who's supposed to be the hood niggas of Atlanta, who's supposed to have the most dialect and the most accent and the most like cadences, and I'm like, that nigga ain't from Atlanta. That nigga ain't from Atlanta. I was like, the only person I was like, I know who was actually from Atlanta was Donald Glover, and that's because I just know him, period. I'm a fan. So I was like, oh, he's from Stone Mountain, which honestly is like, I ain't saying it ain't Atlanta, but as far as accent go, depending on where you stay, you can sound like motherfucking
Billy Bob Thornton.
You can sound you can sound like DC Young Fly, or you can sound like a motherfucking Martha Stewart. It really just depends on what side you land on. But damn, I forgot what we was talking about. What we was talking about?
The fact that the movie sucks, bro.
He was on a rant about Cole. Yeah, how you hate that nigga.
Yeah, nah, I hate it. It didn't make sense for him to be a descendant.
It didn't make sense to me for him to be in it. I understand why, because I ain't do no research, but like one of the reviews I was looking at, they talked about he was a mandate from the studio, which I understand because they wanted like I said, a point of POV character of the audience. But my thing is like, if you doing Mortal Kombat, nobody going to see that movie is not aware of what Mortal Kombat is.
Well, no, it's not that. We already have that character in Mortal Kombat. The character has already been created. We didn't need Cole. His name is fucking Johnny Cage.
Facts. That's my other point. Why the fuck Johnny Cage ain't in this movie? Like, this nigga is like, bruh, in the last 3 games, which is the most popular, I ain't gonna say the most popular game, but the most recent games in the motherfucking Mortal Kombat lore. Like the last 3 games is kind of sort of his story. So why in the fuck is this nigga not in the whole movie? Of all the people, like, that shit just, I like, bro, why? It just dawned on me halfway through the movie. I was like, why the fuck Johnny Cage isn't in this? Like, what the fuck? Why isn't he in this movie? It didn't make any sense to me.
Why Cole? Like,
that shit, that's what I'm saying. And
I would have taken Stryker, dog.
And I get it's a studio mandate. Like, when I heard it's a studio mandate, I was like, I knew it was a studio mandate. As soon as I saw that nigga, I was like, this is some studio shit. Because that's the only people who would even be like, yo, nobody's gonna know what Mortal Kombat is. So we got...
I got yellow.
So we gotta have a character in here to explain what Mortal Kombat is. But I'm like, bruh, when y'all did the first movie in 95, y'all just made Liu Kang that. And he really wasn't even that because he already knew what it was. He just didn't believe in it. I'm like, you could have either did that, because I was fucking with Liu Kang's backstory, even though they gave him like a half-ass, they even give him no screen time.
We hours talking about this shit, because we ain't even got to Melina. We ain't got to goddamn the bitches that who I knew was gonna die. So
I was like, well, she know how to deep throat for real. She like,
I had no issue with the character there.
That Melina head, her shit said, I said, ooh, deep throat, nigga.
This nigga's dumb. My only issue with the Melina character was the fact that Melina was created to be a duplicate of Kitana. Where's Kitana?
I was gonna get to that too, because I was like, so Melina's just in here, like there's no backstory of where she came
Where's
from.
Shao Kahn?
Because she's supposed to be Shao Kahn's daughter. I was like, if Shao Kahn is not even in this.
Y'all mentioned this nigga for a second. Like,
did they mention him? I don't even remember them mentioning him.
Probably in the fucking dialogue they had pop up on the goddamn
screen. Another
screen.
thing. Why in the fuck after the opening scene they had this little fucking clip, like this little title shit of saying like years later we have,
when I first learned how to edit, we have text on screen. That's what I have
Hanzo's descended Cole. I'm like, why the fuck is there text of this?
Show me.
Why is it like? Why did y'all have to intro this nigga as that?
How you gonna have a whole? Bro,
that shit
Star
no
Wars
sense
did it to the point where the shit was part of the lore, and then they was going into a fight. This was literally a fucking black screen with white words on the screen, no animation. They wasn't moving. It was just dead. This looked like okay. Go on. Windows Movie Maker. Make a credit scene, and you're getting the same exact thing. This $1 million this $250 million project got for it. What are we doing, bro? And I can't get niggas to call me back.
It was only $50 million. But I understand what you're saying.
I need 10,000.
No, you need more than $1
No, not to do that. I'm saying I need $10,000 to do the projects that I got lined up. 50 million. 50 million? You know I can do with $50 million? Give me Mortal Kombat 50 million? You're not killing Goro in the beginning of the motherfucking series.
That's like, it just, yeah. It's some, yeah.
And Jax is dead. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn tattoo. I don't give a fuck about shit. This nigga got his arms frozen off. Cool. This is where he died. As soon as Sub-Zero pushed this nigga off, what did he hit? A concrete thing with fucking bars sticking out of it, and then his head hit that motherfucker, body flipped down, nigga hit the ground. Nigga, you're dead. Ain't no waking up. Oh, but they got him by the power of the Black Panther. If we go ahead and we freeze his body down here, his body will still survive. Get the fuck out of here. That's why they put the tattoo on his body, because they knew his arms was getting blown off. And his powers came in, and now all of a sudden you got a big Cadiz ass arm, bro. Stop.
Alright, so let's get to the powers right quick, because that's something that I also didn't understand. Because
they cut it out of the damn writer's script.
According to my knowledge of Mortal Kombat, like, everybody's powers, to have powers, is like, it's not no like Power Ranger type shit and everybody gets a power. Like, Kano doesn't have Like, the reason why he shoots laser out of his eye is because it's a fucking robotic eye.
Thank you.
Like, why in the fuck did you give this nigga... Especially if you was gonna have this nigga lose an eye anyway. Were you just trying to save money?
Well, really, Kano was lit, bro. I love that character.
Oh, no. I'm gonna get to that. Because... I'm gonna get to that. So, like, that shit didn't... Like, it was, like, extra shit they was adding that they didn't need to add. But they took out the shit that could have just made the story better.
Right.
Like, I don't understand why... Like, it's like they don't... It's like the lore that's already built in, they didn't trust.
Right.
So they had to make some other shit up.
Here's my issue with...
But I'm like, I thought the whole point of you bringing the IP of Mortal Kombat back is because you want to show Mortal Kombat on the screen. That's the whole point. That's why the people who go to see Mortal Kombat want to see. They want to see Mortal Kombat on the screen. They want to be like, oh, that's from the game.
Right.
Oh, that's from Deadly Alliance. Oh, that's from 3. Oh,
they want
that's
the
from
meme that everybody
9. That's from 11. That's from 10. But I'm like, if me with my half-ass knowledge of Mortal Kombat is like, where the fuck is Quan Chi? And I'm like, why the fuck? I'm like, and I'm literally waiting on Scorpion to show up. And I'm like, why is this nigga descended to Scorpion? Like, what does that have to do with anything in the story? I was like, is he going? I'm thinking, bro, I'm really thinking it's gonna be on some Cyberpunk 2077 type shit, and Keanu and like Hanzo was gonna take over this nigga's body. That's where I really thought it was going, because every time he looked at the picture, he flashes. Looked at something else, it flashed. So I'm thinking, okay, like it's gonna hit a certain point, and Hanzo's gonna like take over this nigga's body. Nah, he just shows the fuck up, like randomly. He really randomly just shows the fuck up.
Talking about you freed me.
No type of... Did he free him? Is that what he said?
That's what he told fucking Extra. I don't fucking know dude's name no more, bro. He's a
Cole.
fucking Extra. Cole.
The nigga
Bro, Kano... We could have just followed Kano through all of this shit, because Kano was really the motherfucker who was discovering all of this shit.
Nah, I didn't want to follow Kano on this.
But think about it, bro.
This I tell you why. Because I know... Like, knowing... Again, this is why I don't understand. I really wanted to be when they was talking to the studio about the script, because it's just certain shit that just does not make sense. Like, one, why is Cole? If you wanted to have Cole, I wouldn't have made him the main character. I would have been like, okay, if you want a character to be the POV character, I'm like, you either need to pick Johnny Cage, like you said, or Sonya Blade, or fucking even Liu Kang. I would have probably picked Johnny Cage just because he coming from America, woo-woo, and the way that Liu Kang can do all the shit that he can do is really based on where he's from. So it's kind of be weird to kind of like
just have him there.
Yeah, just to be like, oh, he don't know what's nothing going on, but he been training at the fucking temple for like since he's been an orphan.
Since you want Liu Kang, give me a second.
Go ahead.
Since when is Liu Kang inferior to Kung Lao?
Inferior?
Since when does Liu Kang look up to Kung Lao? This entire movie.
I thought he looked up to Kung Lao because Kung Lao was a descendant of the original Kung Lao that won the Mortal Kombat back in the day. That's how the games go. In the movie, I have no fucking clue.
That's my point.
But I thought it was on some shit because Liu Kang was an orphan and Kung Lao wasn't.
And I mean, that's cool, but
even though they say all of this in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're not.
They say this shit is like 5 minutes of dialogue of Liu Kang just explaining his whole backstory. Which as I'm hearing it, I'm like, bro, I would rather have saw that instead of Cole shit. I was like, that shit would have been lit if we would have had like, if that would have been the opening of Liu Kang literally as a baby. Like, okay, another thing, why in the fuck did Raiden show up and steal the baby after fucking Scorpion died?
Because that wasn't Cole. It would have made a shit ton of sense if that was Cole. Bet I'ma leave it alone. But since you talking about, well, I stole a female baby.
And then the Descendants...
female baby?
And the Descendants came down. No, that's when I knew it. They was going to do the Descendant shit. When I was like, oh, it's going to be the Descendant and Cole's going to be the Descendant. Because I'm a writer and shit. So I was like, oh, that's how they going to do it. I was like, that's, again, doesn't make sense for... I'm like, that's what I be talking about. Like,